love, in need of love. And baby, you're in need of love. I promise you now. I promise I'm going on.
What's going on, everyone? Good evening. Welcome to Rix Room. I am here with a wonderful co-host, a good friend of mine. Y'all have seen her in the building before. She's going to hang out with us a little bit this evening and talk about what we're talking about. Y'all make sure that you are tuned in with us for the evening. Let me introduce to you my good friend, Miss Lola, no last name.
It's like
Está aquí para tonight. What's going on, Miss Lola? How you doing this evening?
Today.
At least.
Because I have a lot of comments. I don't want to,
We got a lot of comments too on the post. But welcome to Rix Room. Welcome back to Rix Room. How you doing this evening?
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here. I love coming here. It's great.
It is. It's fun in the room. It is fun in the room. And tonight we got a special topic that we're talking about. You all may have seen this post going out last night and today, and it looks like it's a lot of buzz going on regarding the topic tonight. But I'm going to talk about that in just a second. Before I do, so check it out. Spring is finally coming around.
Woo.
Elsa, I think, is finally apprehended for the rest of the season, right?
Somebody got her in a chokehold right now.
And I'm okay with it. And I am okay with it. We're supposed to get like 80 degrees next week.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about that. I know. Rooftop sunglasses, you know the deal. That's what we're going to do here. It's summertime shy is around the corner, and it's a great time. First off, let's do this. Happy Wednesday. Happy Hump Day.
Yes.
Cheers. Hashtag IR Hump Day crew is in the building too as well. And then happy Administrative Assistance Day.
Thank you.
Yeah, that wasn't for you. That was for everybody because, I really believe that everybody is somebody's administrative assistant.
Right.
So
at
cheers at some point. And so even if you own your own business, you work for the bank. So cheers to
Absolutely.
you. If you are celebrating with us the Administrative Assistance Day, it's been a busy day in some places, but shout out to all of you all who are helping other people achieve their dreams if you can't even achieve your own. But happy Administrative Assistance Day. I got jury duty tomorrow.
Ah, lucky you.
So I don't know if y'all know about being on call or standby juror.
Oh,
If you saw the show with Natasha L. Robinson, Esquire, we talked about the importance of doing your part, your civic duty. I got summoned. So I will be serving and committing to doing my civic duty tomorrow at the RJ Daly Center. If you happen to be down there, say what's up. No, because I don't think I can leave. I think I have to be there, don't I?
Like the whole day.
Right, I have to stick around. I get like $2 an hour, so whatever, it's fine.
I don't even think it's that much.
It might not be that much, but again, I'm doing my civic duty. Maybe I'll get a special case where I have to stay and they put me up in a good hotel room. If this is your first time hanging out, welcome to Rix Room, where we kick back and have adult conversations, confronting stereotypes, discussing current events, social actions, and whatever else may come up. If you're going to participate in the discussion tonight, which I hope you do, just remember, be respectful. And if you've been in the room before, this is another visit for you. Thanks for swinging back by. You know the deal. Go ahead and grab your adult beverage. Find you a comfortable spot, whether it's on the couch, a love seat, on the floor, an ottoman, whatever. Just stay off my bed. And you can find us here live every Wednesday night on IntellectualRadio.com and iHeartRadio station. Again, shout out to the hashtag IR Hump Day crew. Hashtag Wednesdays are the new Fridays. We're live streaming here on Facebook. They say, hey, Facebook.
Hey, Facebook.
We had a little difficulty with Facebook. I got to listen, get Mark Zuckerberg on the phone.
Yeah.
Zuckerberg, whatever his name is on the phone. Mark Z, I'm coming for you. We need to talk about why I couldn't go live and what happened with the remodels that y'all have done, with all of the trouble that y'all been in. Find out what's going on.
They updating every 3 days.
You know what I'm saying? For real. And if you are streaming with us on IntellectualRadio.com or on Facebook, those are these cameras over here. Lola say, hey, YouTube and Intellectual Radio and all of that. Again, you can find us here live every Wednesday at 8
red carpet.
p.m. All right.
Okay.
Doing the most because, queen, whatever. And if you happen to miss any of the shows, feel free to check us out on iHeartRadio.com. If you don't have the app, go to your app store. If you have an iPhone, if you don't have an iPhone, I don't know what you're doing with your life, but go to whatever application download system that you use and make sure that you get iHeartRadio on your phone. And you can check out all of the hosts, all of the radio shows that are on IntellectualRadio.com. Just search under the podcast section under Intellectual Radio Talk. We have a lot of great family members in Intellectual Radio that have some awesome shows. So make sure that you are you're playing you're taking a listen to it. So Tonight, we are talking about. So let me talk about a little bit. Look. Lola's ready for this topic. She is ready for this topic, y'all.
Hey.
So here's the thing. I have some friends who are recently back out on the dating scene. And I've been hearing some horror stories, some real book about it. So we're going to get into it because I want to know what your experiences have been. If you want to go ahead and participate in the conversation with us, there are a couple of ways you can do that. Give us a call here in the studio. 708-238-8953 is the number to dial to discuss your stories, your experiences, some of your best practices, whatever it may be. Give us a call. Talk to us. We want to hear from you. And then if you're live streaming with us on Facebook, you know you got the comment section. Go ahead and keep the conversation going and let us know what your thoughts are regarding adult dating. Now, when I say adult dating, I mean like 35 and up. Realistically, like 36, yes. 37 and up, closer like to 40, right? Because, this is where I've been hearing the horror stories of what's going on with dating, So I want to hear from you. Before I get into the conversation, though, I want to let you know that this show is being brought to you by Mr. Eric Lane, the financial services professional. He was on the show not too long ago where we talked about credit repair and financial planning. So I checked out my credit score, too, through the credit bureau that we were using. I think we were using all three, Equifax, TransUnion, and that other one. Thank you. So I'm one of them got up to 612. So I'm excited. I went from I was at like a 575. Now I'm up to 612. I'm doing good. I really did much, but whatever. Check out Eric Lane for all of your financial planning needs. You can reach him at 617-901-9460 or email Eric at elane, that's ELAYNE at FTNewYorkLife.com to schedule your consultation. This show is also being brought to you by DLP Serenity Travel. Vacation season is here, y'all. And if you're looking for a getaway but can't find the time to plan a vacation, check out DLP Serenity Travel and get your vacation planning taken care of. Planning trips both domestic, international, and even cruises. DLP Serenity Travel can get you ready for your next getaway. Just contact DLP Serenity Travel by visiting their website at www.dlpserenitytravel.com or call directly 773-678-4161 to schedule a consultation. That's DLP Serenity Travel, where it's all about you. So let's go ahead and talk about this for a second. So Lola,
yes,
we grown. Right, we are grown, good and grown, right? Yes, and we got some people out there that are trying to get back out on the dating scene, right? Right. So let's start off with this. We got apps now, right? This is 2018. This is 2018. So we got applications. We got applications. Nobody calls them applications. We got apps out there. We got dating sites out there. We got all that going on. So, how does that work? And this is let me preface this by saying we are talking to all of y'all that are out there dating. Whether you are man dating women, whether you are women dating men, whether you are men dating men, and I would say women dating women, but y'all lesbians, y'all just two dates, and y'all already married. So there's no point even really talking to y'all. Y'all found love.
But there might be some that's struggling.
That's true. No shade. Real talk. I understand. There's some women that might be trying to find some true love out there too. But so talk to me about the sites. So what are all the sites that we got out there now? I know we got Grindr out there. We got Jacked out there. Those are for guys.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. That's look, we got the people in the studio are a little like, what is going on with those?
I've heard some different things about Grindr, and one of them was not dating.
Well, so I mean, I guess you could use. There's some guys using Tinder and Bumble for. So but what other sites are out there?
I guess the apps are pretty free, so you'll have Plenty of Fish. You'll have like you said, Bumble, Tinder. I'm sure there's some other ones I'm not thinking of, but then you have the ones that require money, like eHarmony, Match.com. They also have ones where they're like matchmakers, where you spend a lot of money to actually have someone look for dates for you. I heard one was like Talkify. They have some where if you're in an elitist club, that you can find people that are more equally yoked with you. So it's a plethora of dating sites. And I know a lot of people say like the free ones, like Tinder and stuff, those are really for hookups and things like that. But I've heard people actually get married and have serious relationships off of those sites as well. So I guess it just depends on who you meet, what you're looking for, and what they're looking for. It's kind of a catch-22. You don't know what you're going to get until you try it.
Have you ever used any of the sites?
Absolutely.
What's your experience been? Because for me, like I haven't gotten married off of Grindr or Jacked. In fact, I left Jacked alone because Jacked was like just hood brothers, and I'm I was at the time that I was dating, I was looking for quality. But anyway, what's been your experience with the sites?
Well, I'm kind of leery a little bit, so I'm always going the cheap way. I have not technically paid for any sites. I probably should. It probably is a better quality of people, but I've been on Tinder before, Bumble. Those really the only two that I've been on off and on. And you meet a wider range of people. A lot of times those apps are kind of shallow because you're just swiping, not really knowing about the person. You're just swiping on or off by the way they look, or maybe something special they said in this little tiny paragraph of a profile. But so like eHarmony and Match, they do a little more extensive. It's like 3 days to put a profile up on there. Whereas like Tinder and Bumble, you just connect to Facebook and you got a profile. So it's true. So but I feel like dating is practice. Practice makes perfect, So if you do want to get out on the scene, I think those are great apps because it kind of gives you practice to see what's out there, how to talk to people. I think we've lost that a lot with social media, actually having face-to-face conversations. So I think it's great as far as like getting good practice and meeting new people and stuff. So I don't put those down at all. I think everybody should try it.
Well, listen, if you are, hey, and help me out with some of the comments that are going on there. Apparently my computer screen is frozen. I don't understand what's going on with the technology in my life today. It must be, is Mercury or Mars in retrograde? One of them has got to be retrograding right now. But so I'm gonna ask you to kind of take a look at some of the comments. Okay. What are some of the listeners and viewers saying about apps, if they're using apps or sites?
It looks like people are just like really checking in, and one of the things as far as online dating, Angela said it's the devil. But I mean, I think it's what you expect from it, so you can go into online dating and thinking that you're going to find like these quality people, and it just really isn't true. You got to kind of weed them out, just like in real life. You have to weed out people, get to know them, see where their head is at, talk to them, go out on a couple of dates if it gets to that point. But the reason why I like online dating is because you can kind of do the legwork without jumping into a personal face-to-face relationship. Whereas like if you meet someone in a grocery store, it's like, okay, let's go out. And now you're having these kind of awkward 21 questions conversations like in front of each other. So usually it's a good weeding out process, because once you text somebody and texting G and WYD all day.
Yo, we're gonna get to that text later.
Oh my God. I can't
believe we almost 40 plus years old using text languages on trying to meet somebody.
We're already texting. We're already texting, the lowest form of communication, and we are abbreviating that. That is so weird to me. You mean to tell me you couldn't take the extra 5 seconds to put the OOD and the ORNING?
The what?
I'm just saying.
What did you just spell?
I'm just saying when they just put GM for good morning.
Good morning. So you just spelled out all of good morning.
Without the
just in case people didn't get that.
I'm just saying.
Yo, listen, if you all are checking out dating sites, again, go ahead and comment with us here on Facebook or give us a call, 708-223-8953. Let us know what's out there, what's working on the dating scene. Again, like I said, we are talking to all of y'all. We are talking to whatever scene you are in. If you are doing interracial dating and they got a site out there, because they got, farmersonly.com.
Yes.
They got a dating site for everything, or hookup site, whatever.
What's the older one? On Time or
Our Time, right?
Over 50. Our Time.
See, over 50.
which is now becoming a huge demographic of people that are in the dating scene because they've been married 20, 30 years, and people are not staying for politeness anymore. They're like, hey, I'm only 55. I don't have to stay with you until I die. Listen,
let's talk about this for a second, because I have heard while y'all over 50 using these dating sites and these hookup sites, STDs are running rampant amongst senior citizens.
Absolutely.
What is that? That's these dating sites.
Yep.
Angela said it's the devil. I guess that's what it is. Rhonda said Jeffrey Dahmer. 2 words. Jeffrey. Oh, that was Daniel said. Daniel said.
I don't know what that means. There wasn't
Jeffrey
any.
Means like Jeffrey Dahmer is who you gonna run into on these dating sites.
But Jeffrey Dahmer, there wasn't any social media when Jeffrey Dahmer was out. He was meeting these people in person. person.
I'm pretty sure he was like going with the fact that it was a correlation of somebody being See, this is why I can't talk to you. Lola's here with us this evening, y'all, and she is trying to get her life and understanding
I'm
together.
just saying, it doesn't. You meeting someone in person and you meeting someone online, you meeting them in person isn't going to up your chances on them being crazy. I don't think so. I done met them crazy in person and crazy online, crazy on paper. So
Debbie Lane says, get out and meet people.
Yes.
Natasha, shout out to Natasha L. Robinson, Esquire. Again, see, Natasha, I'm doing my part tomorrow. I got scheduled for jury duty summoned on standby, and I am going. I called in. I was that person. Natasha said one word, algorithms. And Tamika Thomas says, introverts use online dating.
I can see that. I can see that.
Daniel, I can't read your other comment because we are governed by FCC regulations here, and this is a no profanity zone, a profanity-free zone. However, you said
it really
don't work for me.
It really boils your blood, talking about dating. It really does.
There's a lot of people that want to get involved. And listen, you don't have to just comment on Facebook. We want to hear from you too. 708-223-8953. Give us a call. Let us know what's going on out there with the apps. Joel Stewart, my frat brother, what's up, Mob, said, these sites are what you make of it. You give too much information, you may put yourself in jeopardy. You meet someone you don't know, you put yourself in jeopardy. So, I mean, the apps out there are crazy, but if it's working, it's working. Some people are getting married. Tinder, I hear, is not really it. I hear Tinder's moved over to being a hookup.
Yeah.
But Bumble had some quality people. Like when I was on Bumble had some quality people on it. You know what I mean? Like I saw some quality people on Bumble. I don't know. Not really? Not for you?
Not if you're looking for a brother.
Oh, so brothers, y'all ain't on Bumble?
No, not really. Not like, no.
Really? Okay. So
no.
Brothers, hey, chime in. If you are out there dating, you're recently back on the dating site, brothers. What are you all out there using? Because Lola said y'all ain't on Bumble, so there's no quality brothers on Bumble.
Rhonda said, if I'm correcting your grammar and spelling, good to the bad. That's true. I think that's also, how he was saying, if you don't know, Joel said that, right? If you don't know someone, you're.
Mm-hmm.
But that's why I think I like online dating. I'm not saying that I don't meet people in person, but I'm not against online dating for that reason, because I can text you through the app. We can talk. I can decide whether I want to give you my number or not. And then if I'm having a conversation with you over the phone, you're learning them more and more. And I can decide like, okay, did he just say ain't got no? So, I think it's a good tool as well. I don't think we should put down online dating or just be so against it, because there are people that are bigger than your little circle. And if you're not going out that much, or if you don't have friends that have friends and single friends to hook you up and things like that, sometimes you do have to open up your range.
So here it is. I'm going to prove a point. So here we go. On application. I don't know why I keep saying applications.
Okay.
Apps and sites. Y'all don't even want to call in. Y'all want to keep texting and have a conversation going. See, this is why y'all like apps and sites for dating. We're in the texting
generation.
world. We are in the texting world. And let's see. Joel Stewart said, no, actually, let me talk about Jennifer Steffen said, I need to go that route. Our time. Maybe that is the age group.
First of all, Jennifer, you are not old enough to be on our time.
Oops.
Don't do that.
Rhonda D said, Roxanne, yep, I was married 20 years. Happiness is more important. Listen, let me ask y'all, while you all are commenting on, hit the on button there for me. While you all are commenting on our Facebook posts, do me a favor. Let me know, are you man dating a woman dating men? Are you men dating men? Just so we kind of get a feel for what we got out there, paying attention, listening, and watching. We got a caller here on the line too. Welcome to Rix Room with Lola and Rick. Who's on the line?
This is Angela.
It's Angela. What's going on, Miss Angela? You've been commenting and you want to talk to us. What's going on?
So the whole online dating thing, I'm really glad that my sister has had some success in that, but it is not the thing for me.
Okay.
I just, like, when you go on online dating, they say all the right things. They give you all the right profiles and you get excited about it. And then you meet these people and you're like, what the hell? You don't know how to chew food with your mouth closed. I cannot deal with you.
We're going to get to that.
I feel like online dating needs a whole separate section for personal habits and, how were you raised? And
wait. Now this, Angela, this might go into something that Lola said earlier in the show about the difference between the free sites versus the sites that you pay for, right? Because the sites that you pay for, I feel like they go through a whole personality montage of questions so that they can appropriately align you with what they think is the right person, versus the free sites where you just kind of get on and divulge a little bit of information and go from there.
And that is probably true. However, both of you know me well enough to know I'm cheap as hell. Heck, sorry.
That's fine. That's allowed.
Nothing else though, Kyle. Because we know your mom, girl.
Angela's checking in all the way from Northern California, from the Bay Area. Thank you so much. Well, I appreciate you calling in and sharing with us. Keep commenting, keep the conversation going with us. We appreciate it.
My pleasure.
All right, take care. Enjoy that California sun.
I shall.
So we got online dating going on. We got some people that are checking in with us. Keep the conversation going on Facebook, and again, give us a call. And I've been asked to say the number slowly. I thought it was it's not in the picture. My apologies. 708-223-8953 is the number to dial to give us a call and share your experiences. I want to move over into, here's a topic that Lola brought up because she's had some questions about this, and this one is probably going to be to the fellas, for the men who are dating women out there. And then I'm going to move from there into a similar category. But let's start here. Women approaching men.
Yeah.
Fellas, are you out there approaching women? I'm sorry. Are you allowing women to approach you? How do you feel about that? And ladies, do you feel like you have the right, I guess, or the strength, whatever it is, to approach a man? Like, how do you do that? What's going on, Lola? Talk to me a little bit about that. What's been your experience?
I know a lot of people that know me, they're shocked when I say that I'm kind of shy, and I can get kind of awkward talking to people. But of course, when you're comfortable with somebody, you can, bring an introvert to say and talk about anything when you're around people that you know. But when I tell you, I totally understand how guys feel trying to approach women, because I've tried on several occasions. My best friend has tried to get me to, he'll say, hey, this is a nice guy over there. He looks like he's dating you. You should go, talk to him. And when I tell you, heart in my throat, feet, it's so hard because I don't know what the opening line is. And then people just say hi. But even that can be difficult because you're afraid of rejection. So I totally understand why guys can get like that too, even though we think they're not supposed to. Hey, they're supposed to be able to come up to us and ask. And a lot of people say when you're in groups of women, men really shy away from that, really shy away from how, trying to talk to one of the girls in the group. Even though some do, some have that courage that they'll talk to anybody anywhere, and they really shouldn't. I don't know why they have all that courage.
Liquid courage to do it. Get you a cup. Get you a cup.
But I actually would like to initiate a conversation with someone that I was interested in. I know I have, what is it called? RFB?
I don't know. Oh,
yeah.
No, that's RBF.
RBF.
See, this is why you don't do texting and
right. But yeah, that's why I don't do abbreviations. So I've been told that. So sometimes if you have that, you look unapproachable.
That's what that basically means.
But I don't know how to turn my face off. I'm working on that. But I would like to know if guys like that. Are they okay if, let's say a woman came and spoke to them? Now, the degree of proposing, there's been a lot of stuff on Facebook where women are on one knee and proposing to men. I'm not saying that.
What? Yeah. So you're saying that women can approach men to ask him out on a date, but a woman can't ask a man to marry her? We're in 2018.
That I just feel. I mean, I get it.
All
I get it.
All right.
But I personally, I would not want to. I don't mind initiating the conversation, but I feel like after that, the ball is in the guy's court, and he should take it from there. But
well, the question is out there. It's there on Facebook. Go ahead and give us a call. I'll say it again slowly. 708-223-8953. Hassan Phenomenon says, and I like this. Here we go. This is going to kick it off. I'm old school. Let the man chase you, ladies. You can give him signs to let him know you're interested, but remember, you are the prize. You are the gift. Now you got to bring something to the table, but you are the gift.
Amen.
What?
Amen.
Is that what we're doing in a world of equal rights? In the world of women can be as strong as men. Women can do anything men can do. We want, all of that. And again, no shade to it. I definitely support it. But why is it that men still have to chase after women? Why is that a thing? Why is that okay? Why can't women step up? And if you are interested in a man and all your equal rights, let the man know that you're interested in him.
I think we can let the guy know we're interested, but I don't want to be the one that is guiding the ship. I always feel like the guy is head. I'm very old school as well. And that sucks for me.
We're talking about adult dating now. We are talking about adult dating. Yeah,
and that's what sucks for me. Like, I feel like I'm in this time warp. I feel like I like the old school way of dating, courting, getting to know the guy is kind of leading it, and it's not like that anymore. Guys have. I'm just gonna say it. I feel like there are some women, not all, but I feel like there are some women that have made that difficult for a woman like me once I meet the guy. Just because, I mean, we have people who are killing girls, fighting and killing over men. We had that incident where it was the teenagers. The girl went up to the girl, shot her in the head over some boy at school. So I just feel like guys have gotten into this thing where, of course, it's more us than them. So it's almost like they don't have to do it because the women are allowing the bar to be so low now. I'm not saying all, and maybe I'm talking about girls, but I feel like that's what my issue is now, that I'm meeting guys who had everything done for them, didn't really have to go out their way, give any effort. And now here I am like, can you call me? Can you text me? I'm asking for the minimum. And that's a big deal.
So, ladies, here's the thing. If y'all are adult dating now, maybe you might want to revisit or rethink your approach. But let me tell you this. Tonight's show, if in the event you're trying to get approached by a gentleman out there or a woman, whatever the case may be, and you're trying to look your best, this show tonight is being brought to you by a couple of people that can help you out. For starters, you got A. Shakur Boutique. If you're just trying to show your fashion sensibility, your style, check out A. Shakur Boutique, offering 20% off of your total purchase by joining the mailing list. You can check it out. Check out the latest fashion, at www.shopashakurboutique.com. That's shop ASHAKUR boutique.com. And if you just gotta have your face beat, ladies or fellas, go ahead and reach out to Brandy over at Brandell, offering professional MUA services and consulting. Give Brandy a contact because it is prom season, it's graduation season, it's wedding season, it's dating season, whatever it is. Give Brandy a call. You can reach her to book your consultation at 872-216-9454. That's BLB Feminine. Improve the space. So, I think that in today's time that we're living in with women wanting to, if we're at this stage in the game where women are at an age where they want to get back out there and we're adults, you got to be prepared to approach a man, because like you said, men may not be on the prowl anymore. But then again, that also might determine what age you're looking to date. Like, would you be okay with dating someone younger than you?
No. I'm sure I probably should. I'm 41, so I'm definitely not looking into the 20s. No. I will go as low as 35, 36. But I feel like it's where that person is. I'm kind of done with the charity cases.
So I saw that in the post too.
Yes.
What are we talking about? Charity cases or the potential brothers? What was that? A potential fellas?
So
What was that about?
Yeah, I had a friend of mine comment earlier today on a post about once we get a certain age, you kind of I'm trying to be politically correct here.
We don't have to be politically correct. Just make sure there's no profanity. We're good.
Okay. I've been through the starter brothers. Let's just say that. You know how you get like a starter house, don't really have nothing, but you know, it gives you shelter, keeps you warm. But as far as
I'm sorry, that's cracked me up. A starter brother. It's like I just get a picture of the starter kits that are on Facebook, the starter kit memes. You got a starter brother.
But when you go with a starter brother, you got to have your own toolbox because he can't fix nothing. You're gonna be fixing everything. My thing is that at the age I am and where I am in my life, I'm looking for someone that is at least equally yoked in certain areas. Not everything. Of course, you're not going to find every single thing that you would like in one person. I'm not saying that, but I feel like I've been there, done that. I've dated men that didn't have a job at the time, didn't have a car at the time, lived with someone else, didn't have his own place. So I've done that. So I don't want anyone to think that I'm just like, oh, she can't help a brother out. No. I did my good service for at least 20 women. I done enough. So I would like to meet someone that is a little more established, you know, especially if I'm dating 40-something-year-olds. I understand things happen. I've had situations in my life where I haven't had things, but now that I have things, I would like what I have at least. So if I have a car, I would like for him to have a car. If I have my own place, I would like for him to have his own place. And I feel like guys are picky and choosy and have preferences on what women they want, whether it be thin and petite or they got to have this or that. So I hate that.
I've only had 2 sexual partners in the past instead of like 15. I get you.
But then when we say I want a brother who's successful or who has a car and a great job and stuff like that, we're shallow. We're not helping the brother out. We're putting him down, or you're putting that brother down because he don't have a job. That's not it. You know, I can help that brother and not be dating him or trying to marry him. You know, I can give him advice. I can send him some resources. I know a lot of people.
Send him some resources.
It doesn't necessarily mean I have to be in this relationship and move him in and pick them up. You know, I just feel like there's just things that I'm overdoing, and I would just like somebody a little more established.
Well, I want you to know that you have now coined a new term, and it looks like the chat is blowing up with hashtag starter brothers. So if you need to get a checklist together, we can know, fellas can know if they might be a starter brother. You know what I mean? Or if they pass that starter brother, we shouldn't be running around past 35 as a hashtag starter brother. That's no longer a thing. Absolutely. Get your life together.
And if you are a starter brother and you 40-something, just do not expect a woman who's not looking for that. Don't put that woman down and say, oh, she's, you know, not down for the brothers and all this other stuff, or she only wanted one thing, or she's what they call gold digger because she want a guy with a job.
Do people still say gold digger?
I told you I'm old school.
Right.
I'm bringing everything back.
I mean, this is adult dating, so we get that. That's our generation. That's our term. We had that. It's fine.
Right.
That's what we did. We talked about.
But I don't think we should be labeled that just because we want more from our guys. And I think that's the problem. We lowered the bar so much that it's like, oh, okay, he don't have a job, so I could do this, do that. And I went through that fixing stage where, you know, like, oh, you know, I can change him. I can lift him up. I'll be there. He get his job and car. And guess what happens? He meets somebody else.
Oh.
And they reap the benefits of your years of building up a starter brother. So...
Not at 40.
Not at 40. Not at 41. Not at 42.
Listen, well, let me ask y'all this, because I'm curious to know, what about chivalry? So you go out on a date, and this is not just for this goes across the board. This runs the gamut. Are we finding this in interracial relationships more than same race relationships? Are we finding this, you know, in men in different gender dating? Are we finding this, or how are we finding this in same gender dating? Chivalry. What is chivalry looking like? out there. Our generation. What is that? Is our generation, because it's singular. Is our generation still practicing chivalry, and how is it practiced in your relationship? Call us 708-223-8953. We still got some time to chat about it. I want to know about chivalry. Is chivalry still taking place in relationships, no matter what relationship status or scene you are in? I find that I'm thinking that some of the fellas out there, hopefully in our generation, understand how to be a gentleman when out, especially on the first date. I heard stories, and I think Andrew talked about it too, of some
Hell
ill
dates.
experiences. Yeah. I mean, talk to me about what's going on out there, what's on the scene with chivalry. How are the gentlemen behaving? How are the ladies behaving? Are the ladies behaving like ladies should?
Because that's one thing I always own our stuff too. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of things brothers do, but there's a lot of things we do as well to help and hurt men in situations. So I always make sure we take responsibility too. As far as one of the young ladies right before the show asked me, "Have you ever busted out a man's windows in his car?" And I'm like,
what was going on with that? I don't know what was taking place there, but
is that a thing? Like, if I didn't, does that mean I wasn't in love enough? Or like, that's weird that was like the guy was saying, like, no, that happens all the time. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like I've never been in that situation where I've had to do that. Usually I leave, or I just don't want to get into those type of confrontations with men, especially even play fighting. I always tell my daughter, do not play fight with men. Do not even take it there, because I promise you that it's not going to end well for you. So I that's never ever crossed my mind. As mad as I've been in dating and with other men and things like that, that's just not my go-to. That's not how. And I think it has a thing with us not being able to talk to each other. When you can't communicate, it's like a kid. When you can't communicate, they start hitting, they start fighting, because they don't know how to get their point across. They don't understand how to let you know they're upset, that they're frustrated, that they're angry. So I think it's spilled into adults. Even you see it on reality shows. That's how they talk to each other, like throwing drinks and, hitting each other or trying to fight and things like that. And women are almost 50. So
right. I want to know, like I said, even I don't care what your scene is. If you're men dating men, if you're women dating women, if you're men dating women, women dating men, whatever your scene is, let me know, because I'm out there and I don't even see manners being practiced amongst civilized people, people that I'm not dating. I just simply hold the door for someone and I don't even get a thank you. So I'm curious to know if we're practicing it on dates, what that's looking like as well. 708-223-8953. Y'all got a lot of comments going on.
I would love a brother to call in so that we could talk and get their side of how they feel as far as how dating is going now. And not someone that's looking for a hookup, like somebody who really is looking for a quality person, not to get married tomorrow, but just someone who's actually looking for someone to share things with and is serious about dating. So if they get married tomorrow, but just someone who's actually looking for someone to share things with and is serious about dating. So if there's any brothers out there that would like to call in.
Well, it looks like we have a caller on the line that wants to share an experience with us. Good evening. You are in Rix Room with Miss Lola and Mr. Rick. Who's on the line?
Hey, Rick, this is Joel. How are you, man?
Mr. Joel, what's going on, sir?
Hey, Frack. Going on, man?
Go mob. Yo, listen, make sure you stay tuned for the show after this, Joel. We got all the Greeks, all the Divine Nine Greeks outside ready to go for the show, the show that's next up. But talk to us real quick. What you got going on, sir?
We're talking about chivalry, and I'm a guy who dates other guys. I'm a masculine man who dates other guys. Haven't done it in a while, but I believe chivalry can go both ways. When I did date women, I was a guy who believed in chivalry. Old-fashioned, just as she said earlier, old-fashioned type of guy. I believe in opening doors. I believe in pulling out chairs, even when I did date women, and even when I date guys, I'm the same way. I believe in taking care of my guy. I believe in being the guy in charge, being the guy responsible. I don't pay for everything, but I start out on every date I go on. I always start out by paying first or second date. That's just what I do. I think it's the right thing to do. It's the proper thing to do the way I was raised. So I think either way it goes, for men or women, chivalry, it's never dead. It doesn't go away. It depends on how you were raised. It's happening now. Today, I don't know. But as I was raised a long time ago. I'm a man. I take care of my woman when I was dating women, and I take care of my men. Period. Bottom line.
You know what? And Joe, thank you so much for calling in and sharing that experience, man. I'm with you. I think, you know what, in the relationship that I'm currently in, relationships in the past, I think when you have men dating men, you know, you get a chance to play off of each other. You know what I mean? You can kind of go back and forth, and it's cool. You know what I'm saying? But and that's fun. And it should be, because, you know, that's the case. And I'm interested to see what happens with women dating women, if there's some chivalry and what that chivalry looks like. But, you know, even back when, men dating women, you know, chivalry should be a thing, because that's our age group and that's how we were raised. We're not talking to the youngsters out there, but us that are plus 35, older than 40, whatever, you know, that's what we do. So I'm glad to hear chivalry is not dead, no matter what the scene is.
So thank you, Joel.
Joel, I appreciate you calling in. It's Joel.
It's not Joel?
It's Joel. It's Joel. Yeah,
it's
no, it is.
Joel. It's spelled Joel, but it's Joel.
Right. I know y'all get fancy after a while. It's
cool. You know what I mean? That's savage.
Joel or Joel. I've been called worse.
All right, man. Well, listen, like I said, man, make sure you stay tuned for the show after this too to chime in. But I appreciate you calling in. Thank you so much. Joel's been a great big supporter of Rix Room too. I thank you so much for that, Joel. You were getting ready to ask a question.
I was.
What's up?
That's another hurdle that us as straight women deal with. Our pool of men is really small right now.
Hey, look, and y'all don't even see it. She looks struggling trying to get this out. Go ahead and ask the question. This is Rix Room. This is what we talk about in Rix Room. Go ahead.
It is. It's I'm just
go. Wait. So you say that the pool is getting smaller. So you're saying that you have more men out there dating men now?
Mm-hmm.
So is that a thing, y'all? I mean, do you ladies, are you finding that? And here's the better question. When we talk about that, women, are y'all asking y'all men when you're out on a date, if you've ever been with a man? And fellas,
I'm not asking that.
And well, see, that's the thing. Why not? Because it's 2018.
Not on the first date.
I mean, maybe not on the first date, but while you're dating. And fellas, you know, are you ashamed about the fact that a woman asked you that question, but in the same breath you could turn around and find out how she had threesomes or whatever with another woman?
Okay. This is the thing with that. Unfortunately, there's a double standard when it comes to that.
There's a double standard.
And
we're
okay with that double standard, because there's a lot of double standards that are against us.
But we're grown now. So I'm saying we are grown now. So why not put the question on the table and be okay with it?
But I'm not saying this is me, but just speaking from some of my girlfriends, I think that they would be less likely to date a man who had a homosexual relationship than the other way around. Than if a man heard that you dated girls or was with a girl.
And I totally think that is a black woman thing. Like, black women have the biggest hangups with men. You don't find that in other cultures. Like, I don't think that you would find a Caucasian woman, maybe a Hispanic woman, a Latina. But I don't think that you would find that in some other cultures where women would degrade the man for having an experience, say in college or whatever, and he found out it wasn't for him. In fact, somebody was telling a joke about this. I was watching this the other day. The straightest man is a man who has had a sexual experience with a man and realized it wasn't for him. Guys who have not had a sexual experience with a man and still kind of questioning and thought about it, and you don't know it's not for you. But the straightest man is one who's had an experience and knows that's not for him. Yeah. But I find that black women have the biggest hang up with black men who have had a sexual experience or sexual experiences in the past, or an attraction. You know, in our community, that's a hang up for black women.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate.
It is.
You know what I mean? Because, you know, hey, brothers, if you had an experiment, you found out it wasn't for you, oh well. And if you found out that you liked it, well, then be upfront. Stop dating women. That's a whole nother DL issue too, topic that we're probably going to get into at one point here in Rix Room. But are we asking the question on the first or on a date? On a date, are you asking the question?
I've never asked a question. I know friends and family of mine who will just say, "Oh no, I know that guy is gay." You know what I mean? Like they can just see it, they'll hear it, they'll look at them and stuff like that. I don't necessarily have that keen sense of that just because I'm looking into something deeper. But I think they would already shy away from that. They wouldn't even, some people are either already know or they're just kind of like, he's too metrosexual. Because there are some guys who do, I don't want to say feminine things because then it's kind of putting in a box what's a girl and what's a boy thing.
Sure.
But I think there are guys who like to get their nails and feet done, who like to be groomed, who like great things, like to dress nice. Like they had this big, huge picture of the Cleveland Cavaliers. And I guess LeBron James got everybody tailored for suits for the playoffs. And all of them, they were kind of these high water pants. And LeBron had this big, huge case, like briefcase looking, but people was calling it a purse. And it was a tailored suit. And I was talking to my sister the other day, and that's kind of in that tailored tight look, and where you don't wear socks and you have the nice loafers or the nice shoes. Like that's kind of the look now. But that doesn't mean that it's a gay thing or they look gay or anything like that. So, but a lot of people were saying that on social media. So I think when it crosses those lines, it's kind of like, I don't know. I think it's a turnoff for some women.
Well, check this out. I love Joel's comment. Joel said, Joel, he pronounced it articulately. You have to ask that question. All gay guys don't look gay. All right.
Very
as I look, right. So there are stereotypes, and trust me, we're going to talk about in Rix Room, one of these shows, what the stereotype of what gay men look like, and it's not always the case. So
That's very true.
You got to ask the question. Like you got to be, why not be open and upfront with the person that if you're interested in, put it out on the table if you want to continue on.
But don't you think that's something that they should be upfront about?
So you mean to tell me we're going to sit down and dinner, I'm going to come out right out and tell you, so
no,
listen.
I'm not saying that, but
men.
if you see we're getting deeper, like I'm not really saying like the first couple of dates, because you may decide you don't even want to be with that person. So
are you divulging all your sexual experiences?
No.
Well, then why should he?
Not on the first date, I'm not.
But I'm saying in general, you said
yes,
why not be upfront?
Eventually. But
right?
usually they ask.
And do they ask? So why can't women feel comfortable with asking?
Because
exactly. I'm saying.
I think
that
guys,
double standard is right there.
It is. And guys get offended. I actually said this to an ex of mine because people around me were telling me that they thought he was gay. And so I asked him one day and we ended up breaking up. Like he was offended.
And here we go again.
This is
we're adults, right? And I would love to be able to prove this point. This is why I wanted to get this conversation started, and we got this all the way out. Yo, we are adults. We are pushing on 40. We're at 40. We're above 40. You are ourtime.com trying to get a date, whatever. Be upfront about what your experiences have been, but be comfortable enough to ask and answer the question that comes up with that. Because we're in a time where it's happening. It's happening, and it's hurting people if you don't. Listen, also, tonight's show being brought to you by the Cookout on Wheels. Food truck season is also here as well. So check out my friends rolling in the Cookout on Wheels and plan your next big event. Whether you're planning something for your office, your family, your school, or even a wedding, which is the new thing. While we're talking about dating, you want a food truck at your wedding, it can happen. Let the Cookout on Wheels take care of your dining needs. Call Latasha at 630-708-7820 to schedule your event, and find them and follow them on Facebook at the Cookout on Wheels. That is the Cookout on Wheels, hashtag Friends Fed Here. Looks like we got up the conversation tonight. It has been a great time. It goes fast all the time. And Facebook, they was playing around with us earlier, but I think that we got time for one more call. Let's go ahead and see who's on the line here. You're in Rix Room with Lola and Rick. What's going on?
Hey, what's up, man? This is Robert Orr, man. How you doing?
Robert Orr is on the phone. What's going on, Mr. Robert? How are you? Go ahead and talk to us. We got a few minutes.
First of all, you got a great show. I just want to make a few points to the conversation. Chivalry is not dead. Chivalry is never going to die. Chivalry is not dead. There's a lot of good old school traditional brothers that still out here. And also, I wanted to comment on. Can you hear me?
Yeah. We can hear you. Go ahead. Yeah,
we're with you.
Okay. Most I wanted to comment on. I think the landscape has changed. The more women's earning power has, risen. Their earning power has made them actually a little much more straightforward and more aggressive about their selection process and men that they may see and that they may like. And the thing is, though, the funny thing is they try to get back traditional when it comes to asking for that man's hands in marriage, because everything they present is sexy. They present stability. They present all of this stuff that can really hold. That a lot of men are nervous about when they think of marriage. They thinking about, man, this financial load gonna be something if I get a wife. But the women, when they come presenting like that, they present this stability. You know, it makes you rethink the way you have always walked in the traditional way of thinking, because she's presenting this stability through her own selection that'll make you say, oh, man, I ain't even think about reevaluating like this. But this is something worth thinking about.
Right.
Because you're all trying to get to the same goal.
Exactly.
But then they jump back traditional, and you know, it's like they got the best of both worlds with the way they approach it.
Right,
so,
right.
Throw that out there, man. I was like, man, I really enjoyed your show, man.
Rob,
really
thank you so much for that, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate you commenting and checking in with us. We got to go ahead and wrap up. And listen, I'm going to go ahead and make sure that you all keep going. So the conversation is there on Facebook. Share this on your page. Have your friends, family, and followers commenting in the conversation as well.
We might need
well, it looks like we need a part two. Looks like we might need to do a part two. We might continue this on.
There was a lot of things we didn't hit on.
Yeah. So we might have to do this one again. In fact, I think we'll go ahead and schedule this one again too as well. The special thanks to Mr. Al Young from Al Young Enterprises, producing Rix Room. You can find performance and production engagements, artistic development, personal image consulting, and now your dining needs at Eat by IMAY Roman numeral 3. That's everything Al touches. Contact Al 773-220-9869 or Al Young Roman numeral 3 at meet.com. That's Al Young Enterprises. Whatever you do, do it with passion. Stay tuned with me here on Facebook. I'm hanging out with my girl Dana, being Dana, for her show, The Divine Nine. You're going to see all of the Greeks representing the BGLOs, and she has a big surprise for you. So stay tuned there. It's always fun hanging out in the room. Thank you so much, Miss Lola, for hanging out with us. We'll do this again.
Pleasure.
And now it's time to get out of the room. So get off my bed, get off my couch, get out of my room. Take care.
Thanks, everybody.
Never knew breaking up would feel like this.